Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to AJ118 Community Policing, formerly in the classroom face-to-face, but now online. It's great to be back with all of you, and I hope that you're all doing well. So, this morning I wanted to give you an overview of how the remainder of the semester is going to go. Things like the format of the class and the information that we're going to be covering, and of course, the assignments that go along with all of this. And in addition, we will take a look at the course canvas so you can better navigate around inside the course and see how this information actually looks in real time. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into this morning's informational lecture. Now, as announced by Dr. Schultz, who we all know is the college president, we have moved our face-to-face courses online effective today, Monday, April 6th. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means that we have slightly modified our face-to-face classes to online by adding content to include some things like short quizzes or discussion boards or practice exercises and even video lectures to take the place of classroom lecture. Now, because of the lecture time that was lost when the college closed back on March 12th, and today's start date, we are not going to be able to complete the 4 exams as listed in the original course syllabus for our face-to-face class. However, we are going to now focus on completing 5 designated chapters within the textbook by the end of the semester, and those chapters are 5, 8, 11, 13, and 15. Now, these 5 chapters will cover the final 5 weeks of the semester, and they will also make up the final exam. Just like in our face-to-face class, the final exam is not going to be cumulative, meaning that it's only going to cover these 5 specific chapters. So, we have already completed 2 exams. Therefore, this will be the 3rd and the final exam. So, kind of to restate that, we were initially going to do 4 exams. We're going to have to drop that down to 3 exams. Now, there's going to be some other content to make up for those points as we talk a little bit later in this informational session. So, with that said now, and we're right here in the middle of the page, please note that you still need to complete the midterm paper, and the extra credit assignments are still available if you want or need to complete them, and I highly suggest you do, but that's up to you. So, how does this online format look and how does it work? Well, typically, I run my online classes in what I call weekly modules. And inside of these weekly modules will be everything that you need to complete for the entire week. So as you can see, the classes run from week to week. This includes the chapter key terms, the chapter PowerPoint, the video lecture, the matching assessment exercise, the weekly chapter quiz, and the weekly chapter discussion board. And this type of format gives you 6 days to complete the assignments, but it also places all of the assignments in one particular area, in one module, which means that you don't have to click around navigating through the course canvas trying to find all of the assignments. They are all in one place. So hopefully that helps. So now with that said, this course, AJ118, officially opened online today, Monday, April 6th at 8 a.m. Now remember I said the modules run weekly. So you will then have between today's date and Sunday, April 12th at 11 p.m. to complete the work inside the module. So again, the class week every week opens on a Monday at 8 a.m. and it closes the following Sunday at 11 p.m. So hopefully that makes sense. Our first weekly module will cover Chapter 5. And to access the assignments in Chapter 5, you simply go to the week Chapter 5 module. It's that easy, and I'm going to show you later on in this discussion. Along with this, you will also be required to check into the class by completing a discussion board check-in, and I will show you where that's at. This lets me know that you are monitoring your email announcements, you have checked into the course, and you are ready to go. Now, this really needs to be done on April 6th as early in the day as possible. Don't wait later in the week, because that kind of makes me think that if I don't see that you've checked in, I start to worry that there's a bigger problem. So the earlier you check in that week, the better. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. So let's do a quick review. And here we are right now. The course opened today, Monday, April 6th at 8 a.m. You will then have until Sunday, April 12th at 11 p.m. to complete the assignments within the week Chapter 5 module. Remember, you still need to complete the course check-in. Finally, we will have at least one synchronous meeting, meaning that I will schedule a day and a time where I will send you a link to a video chat, and we will all log on together and talk. And this will give us time for questions or concerns that perhaps we just can't address via email, where something live streaming is a little bit easier. Now, this meeting is not mandatory, but I would highly suggest that you attend. So please watch the announcements for that. So let's go over the assignments and see some of the changes. For the most part, each of those 5 weeks, these 2 items are your graded assignments. So it's not a lot of work, guys. Okay, there's still other stuff you need to do, like read the chapter, do the key terms, things like that. But these are the graded things. So you have 1 quiz per week. You have 1 discussion per week. Now, the time limit for the quizzes will be 20 minutes, and the final exam at the end will be 75 minutes. However, I also allow 2 attempts for the weekly quizzes. The system automatically records the highest point total, so no need to worry. You don't have to tell me what you got on the quiz. It calculates everything on its own. So here's how it looks as far as the assignments go. So as you can see, and here we are, we've already completed Chapter Exam 1 and 2. Chapter Exam 3, which is at the end of the semester, and I'll show you when, that's the final. To make up for the missed chapter exam, and to make sure that you're out there and breathing and stuff like that, is every week we will have a 10-question quiz, and every week we will have a quick discussion board. Here's the discussion board check-in, and here's all the corresponding points. You still have to do your midterm writing assignment, and now your possible point total for the class is 310. So generally, there's not going to be any makeup assignments, and the reason for that is that you have 6 days to complete each of the weekly assignments, which really only amount to this, other than the reading or the matching exercise, etc. Okay? It's up to you to get the work done. Now, I understand there are emergencies and things happen, so emergencies will be evaluated on a case-by-case basis, things like jury duty, military deployment, medical emergencies, all of that will be evaluated. But please keep in mind that it is your responsibility to make time for completing the assignments. Don't wait until the last minute to do your assignments. So here are some helpful hints. Number one, make sure that you set up your computer, your phone, or whatever device you're using to receive emails, announcements, or similar. Number two, review the chapter in your textbook. Yes, that's important. Number three, review the key terms or the definitions in the textbook, or I've posted them in Canvas for you. Number four, complete the key term matching exercise. Now this is just it's non-graded, but it will help you learn the key terms or the definitions. Number five, review the PowerPoints. Number six, review or watch the audio lectures. Number seven, complete the discussion board. Number eight, complete the quizzes. And number nine, please keep track of when your assignments are due. Set reminders, use those little sticky notes, do whatever it is that you need to do. Now, I will help you by sending out several reminders regarding due dates and reminders on which chapters that we're going to be covering each week. But again, it is your responsibility to keep track of all of that. To help you, here's our final schedule. So again, it goes by weeks. So the first week, we're going to cover chapter 5. You'll have a quiz and a discussion board amongst the other things that need to get done. Then the following week will be chapter 8. Then we'll have chapter 11, 13, 15, and then this is your final exam week. And you still have the 6 days to take your final exam, okay? So that's just the informational part. So hopefully that was helpful. Now let's move into the course Canvas so you can take a look at it. Now, hopefully you've logged in, and I'm sure you have. You've seen this before. It's the exact same course Canvas that we've been using before we started to go online. So it was the face-to-face course Canvas. The first thing that you're going to do on the 6th is you're going to go to discussions, and you're going to see here course check-in. Now this isn't visible yet because I'm doing this video before the class actually starts, but it's in the pinned discussion area. You have the general discussion donut shop, and then you have the check-in. So if you click on that, you check in and just follow the directions and you will be fine. That's the course check-in. When you're done with that, you're going to go to modules, and here's your navigation bar. Modules you're familiar with because that's where I have been posting the PowerPoints. This is the same look as when we were face-to-face. And we're going to go down to chapter 5. So again, each week corresponds with the chapter. Chapter 5, this is our first chapter that we're going to cover in the first week. You have key terms, the PowerPoint, you have a cool survey leadership tool, you have a matching exercise, you have a video lecture, you have a discussion board, and you have a quiz. And the due dates for the quiz and the discussion board are inside there already. The following week, we're going to do a different chapter. Does anybody remember what chapter it was? So I think it was chapter 8. Key terms, you have the lecture PowerPoint, you have the matching exercise. This chapter covers media relations, so I posted some different templates for press releases. You have the video lecture, the discussion board, and the quiz. Okay, so hopefully all that makes sense as well. Then we're going to go to the other chapter. We'll go to 11. Same thing. The format looks exactly the same. Here, just take note that the video lecture has 2 parts. Typically, the lectures last about 60 minutes, but this one went a little bit longer, so there's 2 parts to the video lecture. But you have key terms, the PowerPoint, the matching, the video lecture, discussion, and quiz. Chapter 13, same thing. It has 2 parts. It was a little bit more than 60 minutes. Chapter 15, same thing, a little bit more. Okay, so it all looks the same. And then we go down to our final exam. That'll be down here. Now, again, if you have questions, let me know. I will be communicating with you, so don't panic. It's very, very simple. Just go to the modules that correspond with what we're talking about, and everything will be fine. And we can actually, when we do the synchronous meeting, we can have some question and answer periods as well. So hopefully that helped you, that little overview. Feel free to email me. I will also send out some more information, again, frequently, to kind of keep you up to speed should there be any changes, etc. So that'll be the end of our information lecture, and until we communicate again.